Good afternoon and good evening, Call of Duty fans. Welcome to the Call of Duty World League for Europe. And I'm going to be casting alongside Phil for the entirety of it. I'm Alex Machine Richardson, joined by Philip Momo Whitfield. Dude, we have got 10 of the best European teams about to battle it out over two kind of, not seasons so much as stages for what, I mean, it accumulates to be over 400,000 just for EU alone.
Absolutely astonishing amounts of money coming up. We've seen the offline tournaments, we've seen the online ones as well. The best of the best is here, and of course we'll be guiding you through the whole series and all 5 games today.
Yeah, it's going to be spectacular, absolutely. And what we really want to do primarily is to explain what you can expect, how this is going to be playing out. I already touched on the stages. We have already seen the qualifiers. Both myself and you had the privilege of being there ourselves and experiencing that one. We did see kind of the UK flag flying quite high in that one, as we did see those 4 teams secure those spots. The rest, though, were battled out online.
Of course, and you know, we saw a lot of French team progressing online, doing very, very well. We've seen the Spanish already solidify their spot as well. So a mixture of nations kind of coming together, and we're here at that stage 1 stage now, starting off this World League. It's only going to get better, but of course, prior to this, in 2015, on your screens, you can see we did those stage 1 qualifiers, exciting stuff, but now we're getting our teeth into it. This is the exciting stuff.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, the best teams from Europe over the course of those 2 stages will make their way to the Call of Duty Champs. That's going to be a spectacular event where, of course, all 3 of those continents competing will meet and clash in what's promises to be a real spectacle. And you can see, of course, how that is distributed there. Australia has already gone. We are the second to start off and kick off our league, and then North America will be a little later on tonight, or a little earlier tomorrow if you are, of course, an American. Time zones are confusing. Time zones are very confusing.
Time zones.
Yeah, we're going to leave that one to the experts. But we have kind of touched on what to expect. You're still probably wondering, especially if you didn't watch the qualifiers, who's going to be competing, like what teams are going to be there. And I mean, we can show you that right now. These are your top 10 teams. I'm going to throw it over to Momo to cover those ones.
Of course. So we saw here qualifying offline was Millennium, Epsilon, Infused, and Splice. Predominantly all UK players, UK brands, everything. We've got a few mixed in. However, the online stage is where it happened more recently. Vitality came through for France. We've got Giants, the Spanish, and of course, Pulse, French, TCM and XL all mixed together, and of course LDLC. But at the moment, all on the level playing field. 0 wins, 0 losses, as you can see there.
Big fan of that, actually. I kind of like the 0-0. That's not going to be like that for long, of course. Our first game will be very, very soon. It's going to be Infused versus Giants, and I look forward to bringing that one to your attention. But, I mean, this is going to be starting off the World League, hopefully with a bang. Infused are a roster that I'd love to start talking on a little more, but before we do so, I would love to kind of break down the day schedule. Like, what's going to be happening across the day, and of course we start with that game, as I said already, Infused versus Giants, the Spaniards versus the Brits, but then the day just gets better from there. TCM, of course, ex-NGZB up against Splice with a bit of roster switches to talk about there. Yep. Pulse versus Excel over at 7 o'clock. At 8:30 we'll be bringing you Epsilon versus LDLC, another new name, organization, of course, picking up the Spartan roster, and then at 10 o'clock it will be Millennium versus Vitality. That is going to be a showstopper to end the day.
What a way to end the first day, if you like, exactly. Of Call of Duty World League here in Europe. But 5 phenomenal games, all 10 teams going up against each other. So by the end of today, we'll have seen every single team play at least once, and we'll have a bit of a gist of how they're doing, what's working well, what isn't.
I think the landscape will be established very quickly in this league. I think, it always feels cliche to be like, oh, you have to hit the ground running, start strong. But in a league like this, I always see these tendencies, there's examples of it in other games where the teams that start poorly, it's really like once you've accumulated 3 or 4 losses, that's going to be like a big kind of stain on your record as the entire league progresses.
Sometimes a bit of a snowball effect. You get that momentum, the winning teams just carry on snowballing. Much like in any, esport, it's exactly the same. So important, our point is start off strong. You want to be winning your game number 1, really. Well,
let's see what they're going to be starting strong on, of course. Every single day we will have that map and game type combination to show you before we kick off. And this one, for Playday 1, we'll start with Hardpoint Fringe and then move swiftly into Search and Destroy, Breach, Uplink Infection, Capture the Flag on Evac, and S&D Hunted. Phil, your thoughts on that set?
Great mixture of maps. You've got the close quarter combat ones, you've got those long-range sites. It's going to be really all about the team and how it adapts. But these teams and players that have been playing online, they've been great grinding these, games out. We've seen them play all day, all night. They're prepared for this. They know what they're coming into. But Hardpoint Fringe, for me, one of my personal favorite maps. Is going to be a great way to kick it off. And of course, they're going to be maps for every single game.
Yeah, and Uplink Infection catches my eye as well, because Infection is a map you're not going to be seeing too much. I mean, you see it in your Search and Destroy as well, but I mean, in terms of Uplink, it's one of those ones we had that incredible. Do you remember the drama surrounding it before in the qualifier, where basically someone's body released the ball as he was killed? The ball went through. I need to stop calling it a ball. Excuse me. The drone. What did Rel dubbed it? He called it the Uplink.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you put it into the portal, if you like, or this spherical moment, but it was just like he dropped it, he got killed, but it still fell into that kind of portal.
Nuts.
It was crazy to see, and I'm sure we're not going to end the day with anything more kind of crazy moments like that. It's going to be enthralling to kind of see, but...
Ooh, enthralling. Phil, throwing out the big words.
Infection Uplinks, one of my favorites as well.
I like that. It certainly is going to be enthralling. Let's talk about Game 1, though. Let's not get carried away towards the later side of the day. Infused versus Giants, then. And I think the storyline we're going to start with here is going to have to be... Giants were at the qualifier. They didn't make it. They came, they traveled, caught the plane over to Cologne, set themselves up in the studio, and you know what? Seeing how cool, calm, collected they were, I had this sudden feel of promise. Rel was putting his heart and soul into them as well. But towards the end of that, we did see Giants, of course, fall out and actually managed to pick up the spot through the online qualifiers. They have to still, is it fair to say they are still coming into this one as the underdog?
From the large majority of people, yes, but they've got that huge Spanish following behind them. They've got the support that they need. And for me, really, the Spanish, like we said, they're always calm, they're always composed. Now they're in there, they're at home, they're playing from home, then maybe they're more comfortable. Maybe they've set things up. I don't know if they're actually playing together. We'll soon find that out. But coming up against Infused, the Giants, a top tier, a tier 2, tier 3 maybe team, always kind of nibbling at the toes of Millennium, but it's online. Giants could cause an upset.
Well, you say they could. We're going to find out if they can, as we're going to be jumping into this game very, very shortly. I know you're probably sick and tired of our faces by now and just want to see some Call of Duty. We will be providing it for you ASAP, but there's so much more to dissect. I mean, we can talk about rosters. First of all, of course, the Infused roster, one of those kind of familiar names you're just going to be seeing. My kind of instant brain goes to Zero. Of course, he was someone that was very friendly with us at the desk, and we got to hear a bit more about his side of the story. But he's an individual I want to highlight as my player to watch in this game. Yeah,
you're not wrong at all. Zero's kind of a young up-and-coming player, really broke through in the last title, coming into this really strong with a strong team, a strong organization. He's got everything behind him, and he's only been in the scene, what, a year? Maybe less. But for him, it could be a bit too much pressure. But with the leadership of Marky B, I've watched their streams. They're looking fantastic. On the other side, though, Giants, for me, you've got some new roster switches there that have worked well for them. So Infused actually haven't played this roster online, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Absolutely. And rosters aside, you did touch on Hardpoint Fringe being one of your favorite combinations, and that is going to be our first game touch. So why don't you just take the opportunity while we do have some time to address, what exactly kind of works so well. I have to admit, though, Fringe just seems to be across the board community kind of favorite in terms of Black Ops 3.
It's always been one of those cliche things in Call of Duty is an appealing map. You look at it and it looks nice. Is one where you want to play, and it's one that's exciting to do so. But we're going to get straight into it. Alex, go for it. What is Urban banning here?
All right, then. It is the Ban and Protects, the first of the European Call of Duty World League, and no surprises so far. Vesper taken away. UFO opting to take away the MR6. Again, sidearms incredibly strong here in Black Ops 3. Concussion and Flash taken away. The most surprising one so far has been that Heatwave.
Definitely for me. I mean, that MR6 is a targeted ban at Urban for sure. He's legendary with that weapon, and the game's only been out, what, 2 months if you like. So that's definitely a targeted one. But Heatwave, legend coming out of that. I wouldn't have expected any specialist to kind of come in. However, Method's taking out the VMP. We're going to see the two primary submachine guns actually taken away from Infused, and we know Urban, Zero, and PT are lethal with all. High Caliber is taken from PT. No surprise there.
Yeah, so I mean, we're going to be seeing, I guess, a Kuda Pharaoh game as this one plays out, unless we're going to be seeing more ARs. But the High Caliber, as you said, already taken away from those assault rifle players. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see something along the lines of a M8 or a Shiva. There you go. That's the assault rifle taken away. And we are going to be seeing a whole lot of M8s, I think, Phil.
Yeah, MAs still remain, stock still remains, so they're very versatile. You can get in the faces of the enemies as well. So Marky's going to be in his element, I will tell you that for sure. However, the likes of PT and Zero, maybe swapping things up. The Kuda, you know, it's a really versatile gun. It has that kind of little bit of range that maybe the Vesper doesn't have. So I'm thinking maybe a Kuda M8 series.
Yeah, and rapid fire is available. Pharaoh with rapid fire especially does actually get really quite deadly. That's something
rapid fire hasn't been banned, of
no,
course.
not at all.
I've completely missed that.
You fool!
Good spot.
God, do your job. No, we do see, of course, the picks. Let's highlight the specialist draft so far. We have had Kinetic Armor picked up for UFO, Annihilator for Legend, Method on the Scythe, and on the other side of things for Infused. Going to be seeing the Tempest, Scythe, and Annihilator, and a whole lot of weapons for the side of Infused.
Yeah, PT finishing off there, matching the Kinetic Armor. See if Toho
is it going to be a
the
mirror?
Tempest,
yeah.
you know, and be a mirror match. But no, War Machine is picked. So, of course, the thing that I would be doing for Infused straight away is, yes, I've got to have that class with flak jacket on. That protects me from things like this, and they have this kind of intermission, to change their classes if they like. But interesting to see UFO and PT using this Kinetic Armor. They're kind of the breaking players. You know, they'll be the ones running into the hill. We've seen that heat wave taken away from them. That may have been favoured over that. Right,
so you're suggesting that the Kinetic Armor it's only used just to break into the hill, you pop it, you push in, you get those 2 kills that otherwise could have been picked up via heat wave.
100%,
I mean, then you know what my attention goes to is your gravity spikes. Surely a heat wave alternative would have been gravity spikes. It does clear a room in a similar fashion.
They're very, very similar, yet so different in a way. I mean, gravity spikes, you've got to kind of elevate yourself into the air. Things like Kinetic Armor, you can just kind of shield yourself with no difference.
Right.
And I think a certain amount of these hills, especially the third rotation in white, that's where, you know, the gravity spike is going to be a bit difficult to maybe put down. But you're absolutely right. You know, in the fourth rotation in trains, that's where you can, you know, put them down, clear out a spot. But it looks like they've just gone for Kinetic Armor. But Annihilator on both sides is one that I'll be keen to see from Legend.
I mean, it's the playmaker, isn't it? Anyone that picks up the Annihilator, you're evidently very, very confident coming into this one. I mean, I've seen some incredible plays. I think Mad Cat was one of those players who was going absolutely nutty with it at some point, if I'm not mistaken, over at the qualifiers. But yeah, 15 seconds while they do kind of finalize their classes, and we're going to be seeing how this one does play out. Got to start with a bang. It is, of course, best of 5. We've got Search and Destroy Breach to follow, Uplink Infection, Capture the Flag Evac, and Search and Destroy Hunted if we need it for that 5th map. But we'll forget about that for now, because it is most definitely going to be game time. Expectations coming into this one. Are we going to be seeing a strong start for the boys of Infused?
I mean, you'd like to think so. You know, the guys are favourites to win. However, you've got to see those underdogs. They've got a huge following, the Spanish versus the UK. For me, it's just kind of a clash of the titans, the best that Europe can give. I don't really want to kind of give any predictions at this stage. We're so early on. I'm sitting on the fence. You'll ask me. I know you will. I will give you an answer probably when I'm feeling it on the spot.
All right.
But 2 great teams.
Yeah, two great teams. There's no doubt about it. They wouldn't be in the World League if they weren't. But we're going to be jumping into this one. We'll see if the Spanish will be seeing red up against the roster of Infused as we are going to be diving then into our first one. And we are going to be jumping straight on into the action in this rather exciting first map. I mean, this is literally the first map of the Call of Duty World League for Europe. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what all those qualifiers were for. All of this work came down to this. And lovely jubbly. We're going to be jumping on straight on into the action. Intercodcaster then. 10 seconds on the countdown as we're about to jump on into Game 1. The very first game, the maiden voyage of the Call of Duty World League in Europe. On the Giants side, we are going to be making sure those names and kind of logos are correct. It is just going to be adjusted very shortly. But we'll just jump straight on in, Phil, and I'll let you take the opening round. Yeah,
so Legend straight away using this M8. We said it would be used, getting taken down. Urban straight away, hopping on board again, an M8 straight away. We're going to see this. And it looks like Zero's opted for a different pistol here. But let's just see what the Spanish are doing, except just dying at the moment. I'm going to have to jump on board with Urban. 3-0. Caster Curse shuts him down. PT, he's on the flank. Oh, no, he's in the hill to Hor taking him down as well.
Past tense, yeah, he's gone. Yeah. But, I mean, this opening hill is always going to be such a brawl. It's right in the middle. There's very little cover around it. You're going to be using, I was going to say smokes, and there they are. And you see UFO picking up a lovely double with his Kuda, looking to pocket a second, but no. Cigar, Zero giving him a lesson. With the RK5 a second for him, he is just dropping bodies, and he's picking up points as well. You can see 18 seconds left, and Team Infused seem to have stabilized now on this middle hard point. Maybe the rotates coming in from the Spanish. They do look rather split, though.
Yeah, it was a bit of mayhem just going into the first hard point there. there. Even I was a bit flustered. However, Infused kind of gathered their spawns, they gathered their team, and they pushed the right way. Now, this rotation for me is the most important one on the map, and you're going to see Infused go right around the back of them, give this spawn to Giants, but the Spanish are coming out hot here, and you can see they've got this good spawn, but Zero's actually spawned right behind them.
Yeah, he's going to be making the most of this one. The call's going to be made, and the frag, surprising from Tojor. He really did not have the drop on that one, but look at these frags coming in. Finally, Urban gets one for Infused, but the kill feed is all good in the hood for Giants at this point, and they've almost completely nullified the lead that Infused accumulated.
Yeah, Tahor opting for this Pharaoh Elo site here. Something I've not seen too much of, but with the bans that have come in, you know, you've got to switch things up. You've got to be a versatile player. Let's hop on board with Legend, still in this hill, getting those points and taking down Marky B, just to be traded by Urban.
Yeah, and we'll see what they can do now. I have been seeing the implementation of smokes an awful lot. Maybe we're going to be seeing some thermals picked up in response to that later on, but well, it of course comes down to what those classes were made a little earlier on in the specialist draft. Now though, 4 minutes on the clock. That first 60 seconds has passed, and the rotate is now on for that third hill. It is of course going to be over on in towards that White House, and looking at Urban actually fluffing his lines a little bit, missing the shots towards Train. Not an easy shot to hit, of course, just towards that head glitch, and now we're going to be seeing this battle for early control.
Yeah, you could see that Urban really locking down spawns here. The important thing for Infused is to keep at the back of the map. They don't want to give any control away to the Spanish here, and they're doing it perfectly. Urban still on this mega kill streak. Gets hit markers. He is going to finish down UFO. Urban is going off right now for Infused, doing exactly what is needed.
This is gorgeous stuff from Infused. Very cool, calm, collected, and the necessary bodies are dropping. Marky B playing passive. He knows he doesn't need to commit to that frag, and rightfully so. Urban holding steadfast as well. On the other side of things, we have been seeing what was UFO trying to push in, but PT dealt with him. Zero, no surprise really, rocking the RK5. He's been really showing just the power and the prowess he has on that sidearm. And talking of sidearms, he's just got the Annihilator, could be bringing that out to play shortly, but no, he is going to be taken down quite swiftly by the boys from Giants, and that's going to be a very successful hard point. Look at that, almost all of that accumulated for Infused.
Now this is going to go again to Infused. It's going to be kind of the battle of this long train site here. Infused got in there first. However, the Spanish are coming around this left-hand side. They really, really want to kind of pinch this, but not only do that, push right through it. They want to dominate the spawns. They're about, you know, 50 points down. They need to kind of do it, and Tohor is doing exactly what was said there, just getting it, pushing through, but Infused on the rotate here. He's going to come behind him. PT and Marky combining for the couple of kills. Urban, the only one left in the hill.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something quite special, try and survive. We did bring out the Tempest to play, but it wasn't going to be a shining summer for him, and now we have to see with the remaining 30 seconds what they can do, and they just keep throwing bodies in. Urban could potentially get a second, but no, and it does look like Giants have managed to kind of dig their heels in just for a second. 3 members of Giants, in fact 4, excuse me, the entire team now all just pushed towards the trains. Finally, a couple of frags going towards Infused, but nothing to write home about. And in the final 10 seconds, it is that kind of decision to be made, whether or not they want to go for that fast rotate. Tohor and his compadre behind him are going to be making that rotate straight away back towards that middle area.
Yeah, important one for Infused there. You know, they went basically a 1 versus 4 in that train site, and that one player, I'm not sure who it was, he just kind of sat and contested. He didn't want to give any points away. Really smart play there by Infused. Still leading on the moment at the moment. Zero heating up here with the M8. Something we're not used to seeing him do, but, you know, with those SMGs taken out of the game, you know, he's really versatile. He can change things up, and he's 11 and 12 at the moment. However, see what the guys from Giants can do. UFO trying to break things. Trophy system going out.
Yeah, so there's 30 seconds and still nobody kind of willing to commit towards this one, just holding the angles when they can. Finally, Infused puts a toe over the line, and they're going to be only there for a second. Zero has brought the Annihilator out to play, and we're going to be stick with him just to see how many Spanish he can find. Well, only one so far, he's only find the second as well. Legend did go down. It was Annihilator v Annihilator, Zero in middle.
Yeah.
Picking that one up.
Zero did pick 2 up, actually. I think it was one of the Spanish were using it at the same time. Quite confusing, but Zero shutting things down. The Spanish answering back here, but the lead, the points just seem to be going in Infused favor. I don't really know what the Spanish are doing. I mean, they've rotated early for this one. Let's see if they can hold it. This is the money hill for this map. If they're going to get, you know, a 30 or a 40 point kind of comeback, if you like, this is the hill to do it. Tohor has his war machine.
That's what I was about to suggest. This could very well go his favor if he plays this right. He can hold doorways, he can hold everything with that war machine for a short period of time. It is contested. Now is the time to bring it out to play, but it looks like his teammates are doing all the work necessary. He does have the XR2, and he's showing us just how to use it. This could very well be another. It is, as he is just going to be teaching Infused a lesson or two. Now that gap is starting to close. 30 seconds left, and Infused know they need to make a play. They actually come in all from the back, 3 of them, in fact. PT finds one with the Pharaoh. Now the war machine comes out. Beautiful positional play from the man on Giants. It was Tohor, excuse me, as his name did escape my memory for just a second. 20 seconds, though.
Honestly, I think I've just missed it there, but Zero, what he did, he sat in that middle kind of house area, let all his team rotate round. They caused the noise, they made the distraction. Zero sweeped in with his RK5, picked up 2, and you just saw him pick up a 3rd there with the M8. And we're going to see the rotation again, just bringing that mini-map up here for you. Infused again on that rotation, a lot quicker than the Spanish. They just seem a little bit more disciplined.
Oh my God.
And Zero still shutting things down. 21 and 15, incredible
That could
play.
so easily have been a 3rd as well. Zero could have nearly just destroyed the majority of the Giants' side. Now, though, we're going to be seeing the hold from inside. PT using that Pharaoh, kind of high to mid-range. Impressive stuff. Not going to get the second, though, as you can see, all 4 bodies hit the floor at about the same time. Infused then forced onto those respawns. Look at them, miles away. That's going to be a free 10 points for Giants.
Yeah. Indeed, Giants are going to rack in a few points that is well needed at this stage. Marky Beto shutting down 2. It just seems to be Infused countering everything that the Spanish do. They just broke in with those pistols. Incredible.
That's 2 RK5s and 2 very crucial frags. Frags that you normally wouldn't see them pick up with the SMGs. Now, though, Infused closing in towards that 250 mark. Of course, once they do hit 250 or the higher number at the end of the time limit, we'll, of course, pick up the win here in our first map of this best of 5. Nice pickup from UFO, though, with the Cuda. Does manage to accumulate just a few more points. You can see those final 5 are going to be going the way of Giants. And then now they have to set their sights on the next hard point, which will be spawning over towards the kind of trains, excuse me.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call it long, and that's my kind of FPS roots, but I've been corrected. It is, in fact, trains, not long.
It is, and Marky B getting shut down. I wanted to stay on board with someone with a Tempest there, but Zero right in the middle here, in the action, getting more kills than all of his team at this current moment, and he's just wielding this pistol so well. Giants have managed to breach that 100-point mark. However, 80 points, and Zero shutting things down, does get taken down by UFO.
Yeah, Zero just duck hunting, and actually Tohor's taking a teammate down, just to try and level it out. Just, you know, being a team player, really, perhaps for the other team at this point now. Though PT responds, it is quite literally just tit for tat. 3 frags for 3 frags. And now we're going to be seeing kind of constant contention. And they're going to be seeing PT come behind with the Pharaoh. He can very well find this frag, and he does so quick and so effective with that Pharaoh. We saw those 2 SMGs take it away, and he's just slaying, teaching them maybe you have to consider a Pharaoh ban at the end of this one.
Yeah, one thing that I can see with PT there, he was using the rapid fire on the Pharaoh, which was really making sure everything he was doing, it was just automatic almost, even though you've kind of got that burst weapon in the Pharaoh. But Zero still wielding this M8. It looks like he's gone for an assault rifle player, an SMG player to an assault rifle player, but he's just running around with his pistol. You know, he doesn't need anything else. And one person who is not unknown to the pistol is Urban himself. Here he is in action, taking down Tohor. And of course, like you said, Alex, it's first to 250. We're breaching on that Infused and nearly there.
This could very well be the last hard point if Infused play this absolutely perfectly. Looking to change that, though. We can see UFO and team starting to coordinate themselves, but look at this, just pushing them back. Zero again with the RK5. Someone needs to take this pistol away from him. I mean, you have a horrible choice now. You either ban the MR6 and the RK5, and we have like an LCAR game, or, you know, there's very few choices you have to taking these sidearms away in the ban and protect. Another for Zero. He's most definitely not accumulated 0 so far. He's got his rifle out now, finally teaching us that he can, in fact, use the M8 as well. 34 for him so far, the highest frags on the scoreboard. And now 2-4-3. This could be GG. There's only a couple of points left. It is going to come down to that rotation. War Machine implemented by Tohor, but is it a little too little, too late?
Yeah, I think it is. 2-4-9. We're going to see that Infused closing things out 250 to 107. Obviously, I would have liked to see it a little bit closer. You know, the slaying, if you like. If you're looking at that scoreboard, it was only Zero who kind of stood out. We saw Urban, Urban only just going negative. But other than that, really well played from Team Infused.
Yeah, good stuff from them, and that's going to be map 1, game 1 completed, and we're going to have to kind of address what we have seen. So first things first, ban and protect. That's what it all started with.
Yeah.
And we saw the Vespa taken away very, very quickly, as well as what else did they take away? There was another.
VMP was taken away.
The VMP, excuse me. So the 2 SMGs were taken away, which kind of left, like you said, you thought Zero at a disadvantage. Evidently not. Top of the scoreboard. I'm pretty sure 70% of those frags were pistol frags, though. Yeah,
it just seemed like, when he wasn't at that long range, when he was getting in a house or getting in a close quarter combat, he was pulling out that RK5 and using it like a submachine gun player. He was rarely even aiming it in. He was just kind of hip firing. But he was playing with such confidence, which he always does. He's a young player. He's kind of, blindly confident, if you like. But really well played from Zero. The only one to kind of go off, if you like. But for me, the other Infused members were just consistent. They were doing everything they needed to do. They were rotating first. We saw them on that White Hill, if you like, where they were rotating, and it just got all the points accumulated.
I mean, I know you say there wasn't a big player, but I'd kind of more say that there was, like, all 4 members of Infused. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure no one was under 20. We were literally like 24 to 32. It was like there was such a small difference between all of the players, and that's a statement about Infused. But you have to let us know, guys, throughout this series. Head over to Twitter and let us know which player you're looking out for in the up-and-coming series. We've already been blabbering on about Zero, but make your own decision. Let us know using the hashtag CWLPS4. It makes sense when you actually think about it. CWLPS4. I was sitting there before, like, it's just a jumble of Cold World League, PlayStation 4. Check it out, though. Use that hashtag. And, of course, you can get in contact with us on Facebook as well with that /Call of Duty. Just let us know, guys, if you're kind of expecting big things from Giants coming into this second game, the second game type. That's something that I'm definitely going to have my kind of eyes set on now as we move into the second game.
Yeah, for me, it possibly won't be Zero. You'll be looking at your Marky B for your Search and Destroy. On the the opposite side to Hor is one to watch out for in all game modes, let alone Search and Destroy. But for me, the Spanish, if they're going to take a map from the series or a couple of maps, it's going to be the Search and Destroy. This is where they can excel. This is where Infused may find their Achilles heel, if you like.
Okay, so expecting that perhaps this may be the weakest of the 5 for them.
I just feel Infused on the respawn modes. They're so solid. They're so disciplined. However, I don't want to seem like I'm saying they're not at Search and Destroy because they are. It does
seem like that.
But you may see a whitewash from Infused on the Search and Destroy. It could go either way, but it's day one. It is literally the very start of Call of Duty World League here in Europe, and it's to see such a dominant force in hardpoint like that. You can only back them for the Search and Destroy as well.
Yeah. So if you ever wanted to see a man who doesn't want to commit to an answer, this is your guy.
This is me.
Well, I mean, yeah, they could be good or they could be bad. Thanks, Phil.
Could be bad, could be good, could be average.
Yeah, let's talk about it, though. It is going to be Breach, Search, and Destroy. Why don't you walk us through what to expect?
Yeah, 6 rounds, 5-second plant timer, 7.5 defuse. Of course, they're the key things, when the clock is ticking, when the bomb is down, those are the ones where you've got to be playing it smart, playing it effectively. And for this, Search and Destroy, you only get 1 life. I'm sure you guys all know that at home, but if you haven't played this, by all means, this is where you really need to take your time. This is one where 1 kill can make the difference for your team.
And it's not only kills as well, it's positioning, it's communication. There's so many times that if you communicate accurately, you will see dramatic improvements in these kind of 1v2, 1v3 scenarios. That's when comms is key, as well as that time limit, of course, as you can already see those plant and defuse timers. You watch that come right down to the wire, quite literally, when you're talking about bomb defusal. But then let's jump then into the ban and protect, our second of the series, and we're going to be seeing what looks like a very familiar tale.
Yeah, Vesper being banned. I will warn you right now, that is probably going to be in that little square in the bottom left a lot of time. So, don't be worried if you don't see the Vesper too much. The reason behind that, by the way, such a fast fire rate on a weapon which is so powerful, people just see it as it may be a little bit difficult for the assault rifle players to kind of counter that. So it's taken away straight away. Heat wave, again, taken out of the equation. And, of course, high caliber and overkill, those sniper plays coming in as well.
We're going to be seeing, I mean, the overkill removal makes sense on Search and Destroy because you do see this kind of proficiency where players like to pick up both an assault rifle and a sniper. Now, talking of snipers, the SVG does get taken away. We're going to be seeing that one snatched away before they had a chance to even consider it. Of course, it could have been a protect earlier on. You have to remember that this is also, it tells a tale of what the teams are prioritizing. It isn't that sniper play. However, with an overkill and an SVG ban, it most definitely won't be now. Of course, leaving the Locus available. MR6 taken away from Urban. I don't think we're going to be seeing an RK5 taken away. Which would you say is less important in this kind of game type?
Search and Destroy, I think it will be less important.
Yeah.
That run and gun game mode where you can get in the faces, obviously more evident, but high caliber, rapid fire, all taken out there at the end. Something that, not very surprising, if you like. The only thing that I would say in Search and Destroy, you've got still overdrive, which is, you can get into spots a lot quicker. You've still got your glitch. The specialists are still available. And for me now, looking at these two teams, talking to the specialists is what they're going to choose. Will glitch be implemented and will the overdrive? For me, they're the main ones for Search and Destroy, alongside your Psychosis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Psychosis, especially. It's one of those ones where you can really you can use it so many different ways. It's one of those kind of multi-tool specialists. An active camo picked up from Zero. That excites me. Not something you see every day, but you are going to be seeing it on either side this time. UFO picks it up as well. Glitch just is that playmaker. I'm going to be seeing it picked up for both Urban and Methods. And Overdrive, you are asking for it, and you shall receive it. Of course, Toho picking that one up. You can sometimes see the most insane rushes using that one.
Yeah, Legend picking kinetic armor up there. So Giants opting out of the Psychosis, and PT actually going for the kinetic armor. So he's, so he's rivaling Legend again. For me, that's, when you want to get a bomb down, you just think, I've got to get in this building, but I'm probably going to get shot first before I see them. That's when you want to flick the switch, get your armor on, and break into that point. And again, PT. That play to do that for him.
Do you think, PT, that was a responsive pick? Do you think it was almost, okay, Legend's taking it, so shall I? Or do you think that was more of a, I have a plan and it involves kinetic armor?
I think it was almost... I think Infused will be playing their own game here.
Okay.
So I think that's his choice. However, PT, we all know he's kind of this... almost dubbed first pick PT, I say.
Right.
So for him, it's always going to be overdrive to get in the face, or kinetic armor just basically to give him more protection. So maybe he takes the first shot, but his reactions, his gun skill will get him through the game.
Right, kind of basically anything that enables that entry frag to come easy.
Yes.
First pick PT. I am stealing that. But they're going to be creating classes, guys. And, of course, a reminder that you can let us know who you're expecting to pick this one up over on Twitter using the hashtag CWLPS4. Let us know your expectations for this one. Already a fantastic showing from Infused. The second, then, in this best of 5 is going to be Search and Destroy Breach. And followed that will be Uplink Infection, Capture the Flag, Evac, and S&D Hunted. You're going to know these off by heart by the end of this day, guys. It's going to be kind of rinse and repeat for the next 4 games following this one. There's a whole lot of Call of Duty for this evening, and we're going to be diving into our second game in our first series very soon.
Yeah, and with the specialists, people may be asking, why are they different to the hardpoint ones? Why are we seeing more kind of elements of abilities rather than weapons? And it is literally down to that basis that you've got one life. You need to make sure that you win that kind of gunfight against them. And when you've got an ability like active camo or glitch, it really puts you in a advantageous position over your enemy. But of course, these are not available all the time. You do have to unlock them. You will be able to unlock them, obviously, by racking up those kills, planting those bombs, and everything in between. But it's going to be interesting to see who gets them first, who can get them implemented straight away.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still kind of intrigued by active camo. I can imagine some kind of rather sneaky, not only rushes, but like clutches. Can you imagine being in a, like they know you're in a corner, but you manage to active camo your way out? Oh, I would make so much noise.
Happening.
I'm going to make a lot of noise, especially if either, you think is it UFO on the Giant side? Yeah, UFO or Zero does something special with that one. I'm just here to see some good Call of Duty at the end of the day.
That's what we're all here for. One thing that I will say is, you touched on the sniper being banned, the SVG.
Yeah.
Very much a target ban for Zero, but as well on the opposite side, we've got Methods and Legend, avid snipers. When I was playing against these players, it was ones where you just, I'm not going down that long or that road, because I know that they will be there. All these players are so quick with their SMGs and ARs, but not to be mistaken by their snipers as well.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, Search and Destroy Breach. We're diving into the action, and it's going to be Giants versus Infused. Giants looking to defend their honor after being defiled on map 1 over on Fringe. Let's see how this one plays out then, as we're going to be seeing Urban going in for a little bit of an early pick. Does pick up the Pharaoh yet again. We saw good work from him, and Methods has taken an early beating.
Yeah, I think I just flicked over incorrectly there. Let's stay on board with the attacking team, of course. And the first play goes down. UFO is taken down. Methods, though, with this assault rifle, taking this top AC area. Of course, numerical advantage in favor of Infused here. Looks like Toho and the bomb is on the rotate. Okay,
so playing from the disadvantage. That's what you're going to have to keep your eyes on. As right now, it's going to be leveled out. 3v3 now. Toho still in middle. It feels like a rather predictable position for him, especially after all the noise he has made, the commotion he has raised. Oh, the timing is a word I cannot say, but PT picks that one up, finds his head. And now it comes down to Legend. Legend, well aware of just one of these players' locations. Bomb has been retrieved. Methods needs to try and make a decision fast. 30 seconds left, and he's just going to catch a glimpse. That's not going to be enough, though. As the repeat comes in, and timing really is not favoring the Giants at this point in time. Surely he's not going to be allowed to get the bomb down. He is going for it. There is a member just around the corner, but he is going to get that down. Extends the time to 44. And we've got ourselves a 1v3 situation.
Yeah, Legend versus 2 now. Has to clean up. He's on the run, though. Can he get away with this? Wall run does come in. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, he is so damn low. He's expecting the hit, but from behind, Zero, and you better believe it was with the pistol. Finds the frag. The defuse will come in with plenty of time to spare as he goes and kind of goes point hunting with a couple of trophy systems, and that's going to be an easy defuse.
Yeah, Zero already only 100 away from his HCXD car. With the defuse, he'll be able to unlock that as well. Let's see how Urban's doing. He's a little bit further away. Zero must have been destroying a lot of trophy systems
I mean, there was like 3 or 4 I saw in middle. They just kind of rained trophy systems in towards mid, so good to see Zero being kind of smart with that one. He did very, very quickly relocate from Palace to the behind, gets that flank and gets the frag. Very, very impressive stuff.
That RK5, Alex, you know, is coming in once again. It's Zero's weapon right now. To watch him wield this weapon is very, very entertaining. And talking of that, I'm going to stay on board with him. He's got that hazy car, and look at that active camo building up in that bottom right-hand corner there.
He's also just picked up the Locust. Like, it is Locust RK5. He's got so much faith in the pistol. However, we are going to be seeing a little bit of driving simulator presented by Zero. He's going to be trying to find an entry frag from this one. And actually, there's a player just around the corner. He's trying to be cautious around the bomb. It's going to be Flak Jacket that causes problems. In the meantime, a frag has been exchanged on either side, but he's going hunting now. He still has that Locust, and I think he's considering a jump shot. I would scream no. Not going to be given just yet.
Oh, I mean, if anyone's going to pull
God,
off,
this could
it's Zero.
We've seen him. Oh, my heart. Be still. Please, don't you dare. Oh, my God. Legend's brain is splattered across the map. And now 30 seconds left and just 2 remain. Method and UFO.
Yeah, 30 seconds. It is a 2 versus 2 as UFO counters that one. Zero still on your screen here. He has this RK5. The bomb is down at B, though.
Now 19 seconds, and there comes the RK5 again. Zero, not going to be the hero. And now all onto Urban. Time is running short, and they know they need to defend it, but the pistol is just too darn strong. 2 for Zero, and UFO is not going to be able to pick this one up for Giants.
Yeah, I mean, what a round we've just seen. I mean, first of all, the HC card came in. We missed 2 frags watching that. Interestingly enough, 3 versus 3. Zero, that sniper, I mean, our reaction says it all. You know, something I didn't even know existed. I mean, I've played this game a lot, I will admit. You know, no shame on that. However,
you are very golden.
I am, exactly. my characters are very golden.
Yes.
But Infused kicking off 2-0. However, the Spanish now on the attack.
Let's see what they can do then. Now they've kind of had a lesson provided to them by Infused. Let's see if they can maybe take a leaf out of their book. So far, no frags for Methods. Are we seeing if he can change that? There he does. Finally gets the trade frag, this time onto PT. Trying to push in towards Palace. Of course, that east site, so crucial. You take control of A, you've got kind of a route both behind and through middle. He's going to get tagged up, but not gone down just yet. No cigar. And we're going to see this round kind of fall to the final 60 seconds without too much of a play being made. He caught a glimpse of someone, and actually movement is going to be enough to get him away out of harm's way.
That's got to be Zero at the back for sure with his sniper rifle. We saw first pick PD coming in, obviously taking him down. But now Infused, making the numbers go their way. Now balanced out by Legend. I'm just going to flick on board. Zero's right at the back. Stay on board with Legend and Methods. On this attack now, Methods has the option to go for this plant.
The plant will not be easy, though. Don't forget, Marky B is in middle, and as soon as he catches wind of this plant, he will start to make a move. I think he is a little cautious of Legend, though. Instead, he's trying to set his sights on Legend. Bomb goes down. There's now 40 seconds, and Giants have a chance at this one.
Yeah, miss Zero with the sniper rifle. Well, Methods in the 1 versus 2 could finish this out. Again, 30 seconds left to deuce. He's going to pick up the first. Can he take down the second?
It's going to be all on 2-0. Just the RK5, let's not forget, in that close quarters. I'd be damn near screaming if he picked it up with the Locust. Still, Kuda goes for the slide, and actually he's going hunting. This is aggressive play from Methods. I think he's missed him. Active camo did come out. It wasn't enough. And Methods, 1 versus 2, nets the first round for Giants.
Yeah, Zero being a bit sneaky there with the active camo. You will see on the kill cam, he was invisible as he slid across, but I think the movement, the sound will have given him away there as well. It was just kind of that he was too close to kind of get away with it almost.
Now, I'm not going to do that horrible thing where I tell them how, you know, hindsight is 20/20, but could you imagine if he went for the fake, or like the fake defuse, then activated camo and just stood by the bomb, this kind of drawing the fire, making some noise and then hitting the camo? Okay, I'm going to stop getting excited about active camo. Instead, though, Zero's going for an opening pick. And I don't think anyone's going to be walking into his crosshair anytime soon. Marky B as well, throwing down those trophy systems. Not interested in being naded today. But the bomb is on its way towards B. This is going to be the first of its kind in terms of a full team push. You are seeing the members of Giants actually kind of anticipating this, as 3 members from the Spaniards are just by that B site.
Yeah, 4v4 minute left on the clock here. So, you know, third of the round already gone. No frags exchanged at the moment. We see the Psychosis, and I've got to say...
It's gone the wrong way.
Turn around.
Damn it, Psychosis.
I'll want to slip past. Oh, no, that is the real Marky B. You know, Psychosis has gone the wrong way. Didn't work very well for him. However, just going to flick on board with him because the bomb is going to go down. Teammate PT aligning up.
This is the first time that we've seen the bomb go down without any blood drawn. That's only for a second, though, because UFO lands a nade in the top pocket of Marky B's gaming shirt. And now it's going to be PT trying to respond. He does so. First pick PT lives up to his name, but Toho responds with the RK5. And you better believe Zero is looking for revenge in that one. But oh my god, Methods, he slipped off. He's going to be kicking himself, and now all onto Toho. He's going to get hunted from the side, and another pistol frag to wrap that one up. 3-1, and Methods is going to have to really be able to reset himself after that.
Yeah, you've got to keep composed in these situations. An important thing that I think, I'm not 100% sure on what I'm about to say, but we have that X-ray vision. We saw as Marky B was planting the bomb, one of these Spanish actually rotated around to the middle, and you could see him like kind of look up, and then a grenade landed straight in the top pocket, as you see. So I think it was maybe a set nade or one of those things that was just prepared from the guys here on Giants. Of course, we didn't catch that, but Marky was taken down. Looks like the Spanish are well prepared in the search and destroy. Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be seeing a kind of full group effort. All 4 members of Giants have set themselves up for a BXQ. This looks like a fast and furious one. The trophy systems are down, and it's just going to come down to deleting Zero. He's going to be the problem. They need to nullify him before they even consider a push onto the side. The nade won't do the job. I don't just think Zero can evade that one quite easily. Still looking down his sights, but what was that? PT from behind, Urban doing it as well, and Infused are just laying down fire. Third frag comes in for PT, and that was a spectacular flank coming in from the Infused player.
Yeah, full flank there. PT, I think it was teammate Urban as well. The problem that the Spanish have right now is they're so focused on Zero being at that back and top greenhouse with that sniper. They're like, let's go for B. They completely forgot about their flank. PT and Urban took advantage of that, and PT picking up 3 kills that round, back to back with the VMP as well, and staying on board. He's 7-4 right now, top fragging for his team. G sliding in, let's see if he can do it again. Doesn't manage to.
I mean, let's see, kind of, what I'm more intrigued to see is kind of how Giants respond to this. Finally, they're doing something different. They're pushing towards middle. Can we just kind of jump on board to see what they're doing this time towards middle? Because this is not, I was going to say, okay, never mind. They've kind of gone back to their same old positions. It's costing their life. Toho trying to relocate a little too late, and now bombs going in from Marky. The master of punching in those digits. Bombs down, and Infused just 3 frags away from that 5th round. It looks like they're going to be seeing just, I was going to say 2, but no, he's going to surely go down. Marky B doing some damage, but not enough, as these Spanish sponges are starting to pick up frags themselves. Yeah, Marky put a few bullets in, but the Spanish took him down. Zero's in a really tough position because the defuse surely will be going in here, and he's only got his RK5, does take damage. Surely it's over for him. Most definitely should be, and the defuse will come in, but he's still kicking, so he gets, maintain that KD. That's all that matters, right? Yeah, in that 1,000 score, 6-2 for him. One thing that you said and you touched on, I tried to jump on board with the Spanish. They came straight through, rushing through mid-map, but as soon as they got that first kill, they almost kind of thought, right, we've got one, let's retreat. It was like the jig is up. Like, they know what we're doing. Oh my god, panic. When really, you had a lot of positional advantages. They suddenly, right, with that presence in middle, Infused had to be concerned about a flank. They had to be concerned about the wall run coming in underneath the bomb. There was so much more to be concerned about. However, I don't think Giants seized that opportunity as much as they could have. Yeah, and again, look at that minimap. Just going to bring it up for a second. Infused, 3 men on the flank, and I'm guessing, I'm just going to hover over. It is your man Zero straight at the back of that greenhouse. Going to get on board with UFO. A little bit closer up, but the SMG surely not the preferred weapon in this case. Zero doesn't miss those kind of shots. He certainly doesn't. Towo's going to be trying to challenge this time. The head and the body were both visible. Actually, Zero not kind of managing to find too much more cover, but the bomb has gone down, and that's a step in the right direction for the attacking squad. And look at this, Toho trying to keep him 3rd frag alive, but Methods is doing all the work for him. A Legend gets another one, and Giants keeping it close, tying this one up. And I mean, it's going to be 3-4. One more round necessary. We can see those final frags coming in from Legend because we did actually miss them. I think it was just an easy pickup for him on towards that PT. Still rocking the kinetic armor. Now we have to start thinking about specialists, because this is when they're going to start becoming available. 100%. This is where, people have got a few kills, plants and diffusers have come into play. And of course, you may see them more in a hard point, but search and destroy. I'm going to go on board with Infuse, of course, attacking. You're going to quickly flick through. Of course, PT so close to that kinetic armor. 8 kills to his name already. Probably will unlock it on the run up here. If he has overclock. Not sure if he has that, but he's going to come up against UFO. Gets taken down again. Did you see that bait? He jumped off, and then he got the active camo frag. This is nuts from the Spaniard. Marky B went down. He basically faked it. Jumped on towards the wall. He's got a 3rd as well. UFO is absolutely slaying. And looks like Zero is going to be the one man given the job to take away that final frag. No ace for the man of UFO, potentially. Still, though, 3 members still stand for Giants, and Zero has got an absolute mission on his hands. He knows all too well that he needs to get that bomb down.
I mean, he's in a tough position here, only 45 seconds left on the clock. I think he could hear the HC car coming, creeping up behind him, but it just wasn't enough. He didn't have the flak jacket enabled. He's going to get taken down. He was almost playing a little 1v1 versus the hovercraft here. But of course, Methods coming off better there. Evening things up now for a piece.
Okay, Giants, after what looked like a little bit of a trip and a stumble to start things off, have managed to stabilize. You suggested that Infused, you know, it wasn't their strongest game type, search and destroy, and Giants are really demonstrating that they can exploit that weakness. I do see glitches ready, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of stick with Methods, see if he can make anything special happen with this one. It does enable you to kind of both reverse the damage as well, other than your position. Zero, though, what was that? Collects two. Two Giants heads now on his belt. He's going to be seeing UFO respond, though. Finds one. He's going to hop for a second. This is gorgeous stuff from UFO with the Kuda. Could very well be three, but he's going to have to get a fresh magazine for that one as he's going for a little bit of an escape route. Gorgeous movement coming in from UFO as he's going to glide back into Flowers. And now just one man remains. It is, of course, UFO up against PT and Marky B. He's hunted down from either angle. That's going to be 5. But solid attempt from just the one individual there on Giants.
Yeah, it all came about from Zero, basically saying, I'm going to put the sniper in my back pocket, I'm going to pull out this VMP. Completely took the guys from Giants by surprise, picked up 2 frags, but as well as that point, the rest of Infused had ran completely around the flank. So Zero took a really big risk there, but with a high reward, as you saw there. Now 5-4 in the lead on the Search Destroy, potentially finishing this out.
I mean, it all comes down to this, quite literally. I mean, cliches aside, it is exactly that. Giants then have to pick up this round if they want to stay in the running for this one. PT's popped the kinetic armor. He could do damage, and most definitely can absorb some as well, but not the HCXD. That ain't no flak jacket, son. And now we're going to be seeing Zero with one for himself, with the M8. Does have his active camo. Now's the time. Glitches used. Everything is happening. It's an absolute... a word I cannot say. All the active camo frag was coming in, not going to happen. And now 2v1 onto Legend. See if he can live up to that name. No, he cannot. Infused are going to pick up map 2 in this best of 5. 6-4 the score, nice and close. And a standout player for me, he needs to be recognized, was UFO with that Kuda.
Yeah, UFO with the Kuda, 11 and 80. You know, he was left in a predicament a few times here. You know, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3. It was really tough for him, but he tried to do everything he can. On the flip side, again, we saw him in the hardpoint. We've seen him in the Search and Destroy. Zero lighting up right now. And just kind of touching on the end of that game there, we saw Glitch come into play. Zero countered it with the active camo. The HC car obviously blowing up the kinetic armor from PT. To kind of follow this must be difficult. We try our best.
Did you hear me?
But it was like,
he's glitching. And oh, he's rewinding. There's a HCX. I was just
But yeah. They all used it. Last round potentially for Infused. Yeah. And of course, Zero finishing things off there. I think it was Marky B with the final kill.
Yeah, I mean, impressive stuff for Infused. They seem to stay kind of relatively kind of neutral throughout that entire game. It didn't feel like they were kind of doing any stupid plays, getting confident, overconfident. Like those losses that they were accumulating towards the kind of mid-game, that wasn't because of Infused playing stupid. That was just Giants demonstrating that these are a team to be reckoned with, especially on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and for me, it was just the ending when Zero kind of flipped things up. But as you pointed out, UFO, with that Kuda, really kind of saying, you know, you can ban the VMP, you can ban the Vesper. I've still got an SMG that I can wield just as well as you guys. Yeah. And I think he could. You know, they matched up pretty much evenly. Infused pipping them at the post there, taking map number 2.
Yeah, and of course that means we have to set our sights on map number 3. This one's going to be an interesting one. Uplink on Infection. Now, I've already highlighted before, and I just want to kind of go back over it if we've got any new viewers, that we have seen some incredible stuff over on this this combination of both game type and map. It's an interesting one. It's I mean, it's kind of, it was one of those maps that catches your eye straight off the bat, especially as someone that used to play the, you know, the old ancient Call of Duties. This is a map I recognize. But yeah, we're going to be seeing how this one kind of transpires in our kind of debut of the Call of Duty EU World League.
Yeah, so of course, Uplink running it through for you guys. Unlimited score, 5 minutes on the clock. That respawn delay is going to be a key factor of 5 seconds. So, you know, it's almost in the middle of hardpoint with no respawn, and Search Destroy, you've got 1 life.
Yeah.
This time, you know, you will respawn, but if you die, you're going to cost your team maybe a few seconds. You're going to give up a spot. And for me, it's really about teamwork, pushing at the right time, and it's all about that drone in the middle. You've got to keep control of that. And of course, on Infection, it spawns literally in open ground.
Yeah, and this this is what I love about it. I love that you've kind of highlighted it as well, is the fact that timers are a bigger factor here.
Yeah.
Because I'm a massive fan of the idea of playing the timers. Like, for example, you can hold, like, there is this kind of like balance and to and fro between being passive and then aggressive. Like, if you hold like a whole line, then you pick up 2-3 frags, all of a sudden you know that's your time to push, and you have this kind of really nice kind of wavy style of play where it's fast, it's slow, it's fast, it's slow, and then you have the kind of gun elite round. So you know what I'm talking about. If you missed it, just type in YouTube gun elite uplink, no, excuse me, capture the flag, and you'll see it. But he made some absolutely astounding runs. The same can be made in uplink.
Yeah, you can see some crazy things on uplink because it's not just about making a kill.
Yeah.
You know, the objective is getting a drone. You can even throw the drone into the portal itself, or you can jump it in for an extra point itself. We'll guide you through the whole map. It's going to be an interesting one, but for me, this is one which I don't think is predictable as the hard point of Search and Destroy. This, for me, is one that we may not have seen teams scrim a little bit less, or we've seen them scrim a little bit less, should I say. But I've never seen the Spanish play this. I'm a little bit of a newbie on that side of things.
Are you then kind of crossing your fingers and toes and hoping we're going to see some like absolute filthy like Spanish lineup where they've done like a wall run, then like a backflip, and then like throw it underarm it over the wall?
Pass it.
Yeah.
You know,
oh, don't get me started.
We've seen Zero snipe. You know, that was new to me. I didn't know about that. I want to go into every map, and I want to see these professional players teach me something new that I can go back and you know, try and implement. Yeah, attempt is a great word. But of course, you know, the passing ability, you know, you can manually pass it, you can link it between your teammates. There's so much that goes into this. It's so teamwork based. And for me, it's just going to go down to who is better on the day. Again, sitting on that fence, I'm your guy.
You know, yeah, I mean, I'm going to force you at some point. I mean, you know, it's our first kind of cast together. By the way, we should probably touch on that. New pair, we know we've got to kind of build the synergy. I hate him at the moment, so maybe eventually we can become friends. We'll see. But it is time then for Ban and Protect Infused versus Giants. It's our third in this best of 5, and so far this could very well be the curtains for Giants' first game, potentially, if Infused do pick this one up. But the bans and 0 surprises, you said it, and they've done it.
Yeah, Vesper taken out, of course. Now, bit of a different one. The M8 is taken away. The Spanish clearly as methods chosen that, maybe thinking this is their downfall. You know, if we can take that away from them, maybe we'll stand a bit more of a chance. VMP taken away by Legend as Marky answers back with the high caliber, which again has been banned every single map. We may see, you know, more of those Pharaohs coming in, more of maybe an XR2 coming in for this uplink as well.
I wouldn't be upset. I would not at all. I think we've seen it once from the, I think it was Toho, you're absolutely right. Picked that up at one point. Heatwave then has been picked up and taken away, excuse me, with that ban. And that's been consistent across all 3. Heatwave has been taken away. It's by the Spanish again? Yep. Toho taking it away. They really do not want Infused to pick up Heatwave, and I cannot kind of get to the bottom of why.
I mean, it's a surprise when it came into the hard point for me, and obviously these guys play day in, day out. So I thought other things may be taken away, weapons, you know, abilities maybe, but to see Heatwave taken away, I don't think it's that much of an implication on uplink. Of course, we don't see overdrive banned. Now on Capture the Flag, on uplink, this is all about objective base, so you're going to be running those flanks. If you get the drone, you pop overdrive, that's when you're going to see this massive surge. You can run at extremely fast pace, and as you see, Toho picking that up alongside Urban.
Okay, yeah, you called overdrive. We're going to be seeing it. In fact, a complete mirror matchup so far in terms of the specialist draft. Active camo is going to be the same, and for the same 2 players as well, 0 and UFO. We saw both of them attempting various kind of miraculous things with the camo, and to kind of varying success, varying degrees of success. UFO actually more successful than 0 in my books, but still they're going to be editing their classes. And I mean, you've touched on overdrive. Also, I think kinetic armor is one of those ones I feel like we're going to be seeing 95% of the time on uplink, just because, especially if you have that, you know, that drone carrier. PT, I know, likes it kind of favors being a bit of an objective player. We're going to be seeing him picking that up just in order to increase that survivability when running the drone. Yeah,
and just kind of breaking things down here in order. I mean, Marky being methods on either side. The assault rifle players, the ones that are going to ground their team, they have the weapon. They have a massive machine gun attached to the arm, also known as the scythe. Every single person, everyone else, the other 6 players have basically chosen something which, when they pick up a drone, is going to benefit them in one way or another, whether it's run fast, more health on your kinetic armor, or hide very sneakily in your active camo. So it's just going to make those runs, those routes, a little bit easier. But they're not going to have them all the time. As I said in the Search and Destroy, you've got to unlock these. You've got to, you know, make plays, make kills, anything to support your team. Assists will even add to the specialist.
Yeah, and I mean, you touched on routes. That's where I'm taking this next, just because I'm excited to see what they do have in store. I mean, there's that far right route through the ruins where it does feel very kind of bottlenecky, where you're almost kind of, I mean, if you're there, it's very easy to counter. You have to almost have a team behind you if you want to be taking that route. Through middle, of course, many more options available, and we're going to be seeing how this one does kind of play out. There's a lot of windows you can go in and out of, expecting to see that one in the forefront. And actually, we're going to be seeing how this one does go between Infused and Giants. It is that third one, and it is going to be a battle of wits between these teams, considering Giants have not picked up a win yet. Of course, 250 to 107 way back when on Hardpoint. Then into Search and Destroy, we saw that finish neck and neck, just 6-4, Infused pipping the Spanish at the post. And now we're going into our third. It's going to be Infection, and it's going to be Uplink.
Yeah, one thing here, editing the score streaks, not really seen anything come in except the HC car. We didn't see too much in the hard point. However, in the uplink, because you can get so many points from making a play, making a 2-point play, picking up a few kills, I think we're going to see a few score streaks here, especially from Marky B and Methods.
All right, I mean, what kind of score streaks are we talking about here?
I mean, this is where it could get messy.
Okay.
This is where you can see things like Guardians, Sentry Guns, you can see... not Guardian Central, Lightning Strikes, Hellstorms, completely getting mixed up there.
There we go.
But, you know, you can go as far as, you know, popping a GI unit on there. You know, if you're feeling confident,
right.
I think Marky B maybe. However, I'm going to say we're going to stick on board with Marky B and using that XR2, obviously anchoring for his team. Maybe just playing a little bit slower. You know how you played it, talked about those waves, if you like.
Yeah. Let's see then how this goes then. It is going to be our third in this best of 5 series. Early trophy systems being thrown out, trying to counter any fast nades thrown out from the Giants. And actually, first blood is drawn. It's UFO. Zero bites straight back, though, with that trade. And we're going to be seeing a second for Zero, just starting as he needs to go on. It's exactly how he finished the second map. And now, Legend and Toho, finally, we are going to be seeing the first play being made. It has been picked up and dropped, excuse me. Struggling to keep following the action at this point. PT, though, finds Legend. That is not going to be the drone free just yet. Marky B's nade stops UFO from collecting that one. There's now PT. No chance in picking that one up just yet. It's Methods who's causing problems, and he's causing fantastic problems with the Shiva mid-air. 2 bullets to the brain. And now, reaching that kind of 4-minute mark, we've already seen the first real drone run, and it's going to be by UFO. Yeah,
for me, the Spanish have started off hot here. It's all been them, and, you know, we can see UFO with the drone in hand, so Hor and Methods combining for a few kills. Marky B trying to answer back. We've seen this left-hand side push here. He's going to come straight up against an opponent, does get rid of the drone and doesn't make the play. Zero and Urban combining to take him down.
Yeah, now the boot is on the other foot. As it were, it's time for Infused to try and come up with something special to try and breach that line. The line, of course, being set up by Giants. All 4 of them standing, and they are quite literally formatting a line across the map. Going for was that a shot? Was that a deep pass trying to get to his teammate a little further up the map? So far from Urban, excuse me.
Okay, now UFO picking up the drone, trying to answer back. I think Urban was just trying to get rid of the drone. He didn't want it in his base. UFO does get taken down a lot, and it just seems like the Spanish are bordering on the Infused defense here. Whether they can break it, I think they have done. It does go in. A throw went in there, doesn't make the play. Urban picking up 2 as well, and now has this overdrive available.
Yeah, this is exciting. Has the MR6 as well. Urban's specialty, and he's just given us a little demonstration as to why. Zero as well with the RK5, and he doesn't look like he's going to be able to touch that overdrive just yet. In fact, just as I say that, we have an active camo Zero available, and he's going to be using it. He's going to go for potentially a 2-pointer. I think he's changed his mind. Going to go for the shot. It is not going to be collected, as we see a beautiful save. UFO picks that one up. Finally, Infused connect the points. And a beautiful attempt, though, from UFO.
Yeah, wow. I'm hopping on board with Urban. He's got all his score streaks. He's got his specialist in the back pocket. He's 10-2, and he's wielding the MR6. Many teams will ban this away from him, but not the guys on Banis. And this is the overdrive. It's got to be a 2-point play. And Urban's still alive, and he's still on for it. Taking down Methods, finally falling for Tahor.
And Infused, just demonstrating just how powerful communication can be. 2 points that you could not have achieved without communication. Zero picks up a double, make it a triple. And that is looking potentially like another run for Infused. They're starting to gather, and the Giants know that they've got a bit of an impeding doom. Feel about this one coming through the church, though. He's going to get caught off. Urban connects with the missile, and now this could very well be a 2-pointer. Zero plans the route perfectly. He's going to go unscathed and pick up another. That's 5-0. He's even got active camo available, and this looks like, you said it started Giants. It's all Infused from now.
Yeah, Infused have got it, and here Urban going for the manual pass. He's going right over this drone, this back building. This is, in fact, he might even pick it up himself.
Has he done it himself?
Playing a bit of a different sport, shall we say here. But Urban still 12-3, has that lightning strike in his back pocket. Is he going to go for the 2-point play?
Oh my god. This is gorgeous stuff from Infused. Not only are they scoring their fragging as well, Urban has 13 frags, and finally Toho bites back, taking down Marky B, but I mean, it just looks like Zero and PT are taking it in turns. Look at that Cerberus just causing damage right around towards the giant spawn area. UFO dies to that one, and we could be seeing even more points any second. Now it's Zero this time, goes for the camo. That's another 2 points in the bag, and that's going to be 9.
Yeah, and for me, that Cerberus is literally taking down the Spanish alone. I mean, it's not making all the kills, but it's just there. It's causing a nuisance, and it's blocking off so many routes for the Spanish. It's really just going terribly, terribly wrong right now. But Infused, they are all in the face of the Spanish and just kind of shutting them down.
Great stuff from PT with the XR2. Just seems so proficient with the assault rifle. Does finally get caught by Legend, but I mean, 50 seconds left, 9-0. Really kind of desperate times for Giants. They need to get just something on the board before that second half. Otherwise, things could go kind of pretty bad, pretty fast. Infused, if they picked up double digits, it could very well be curtains. Look at this. The frags just keep on coming. Towa's having an attempt at the run. He's lost all his armor. He's lost all of his health. As finally the MR6 does connect. It took a long time. We have seen the overdrive, though. Good God, surely not. Is this going to be 10? He has to come kind of count on Zero to clear that one out. And he's going for the full run. Oh my God, he's close. This could be it. Just the one for 10. He has got it. 23 seconds left, and Infused hit double digits.
Yeah, I can't really comment on Infused's play other than they've just literally shown them a masterclass in how to play Uplink. Giants don't seem prepared. I mean, I touched on probably the first 30 seconds where Giants were outslaying them a little bit, but Infused held that defense. They've pushed up this left-hand side. Zero potentially could make another play, getting blocked by his teammate. 2 seconds left, the drone goes down. He doesn't make it, but that is going to finish 10-0. Wow.
This just feels like a different Giants from that Search and Destroy game. We just saw them bring it so close, and yet we do, however, see a completely different tale being told here on Uplink Infection. Marky B proving that he can too use that sidearm, the RK5, as it's been favored kind of quite widely across both teams in this game. And now with halftime, I mean, Giants have got a mountain to climb, and it's not going to be easy. Infused just sitting at the top of that mountain at the peak, looking to rain down terror. And let's see how that first kind of uplink. This is going to be the tale to tell. It's just how fast that drone can be ran, and if Giants have got a chance.
Yeah, now for Infused, really, you know, they could go all out. They could make a statement for themselves here in the league and finish this 20-0 if they wanted, but they have that option to play a little bit slower. Now that they've got this lead, we can see the lightning strike still in hand. Urban rocking that what seems an automatic pistol, but it is not, believe me. Now, Zero on your screens, taking down one, just holding mid-map. We've seen this slower approach. I think they're just kind of making a few plays, and what you touched on earlier is when they've got them 2-3 kills, then they'll push up, then they'll cause havoc.
Yeah, we do look to be just kind of struggling with our connection here. We're going to be probably coming back to us just for a second so that we can resolve that issue. But, I mean, all in all, so far the story is only going one way, 10-0. They are playing passive. It's really, like, it's kind of nice to see a little bit of kind of what's the word, kind of reserved play from Infused, because they aren't getting, I mean, I keep coming back to the word cocky. It's not like these individuals come across as particularly cocky, but it's so easy, especially in such a fast-paced game or even game mode. It's so easy to just kind of start those pushes and be like, we're 10-0 up, you know, let's kind of wail on them. Instead, they're playing passive, they're holding that, and I haven't seen Giants get anywhere near to that drone yet.
Yeah, and for me, it was like, it wasn't like a steady, 2 points per minute. It was, we'll battle it out in the middle ground, we'll get a few kills, and then Infused basically said, right, we've got them, let's pounce on them. They got in their spawn. Urban, I mean, looking at the score, the leaderboard,
blah, blah, blah.
Urban, I think, was 17-6. He had his Cerberus, which caused havoc on the first side. We also saw his other streaks, Lightning Strikes, Hellstorm obviously accumulated to 1 point as well. But now back in the game, we're going to get straight into it. And Infused, I've nearly finished this one at 15-0. Let's see what I can do. Who's got the drone? It is...
It was PT. He's gone for a throw.
He's missed it.
Kind of attempting something special. Instead, though, we are going to be seeing Giants yet to get off the starting line, and that was going to be the tail we were going to kind of try and avoid. However, it does look like this has kind of spiraled a little bit out of control, especially considering the time. Just 2 minutes 48 to overcome what looks like an absolutely insurmountable deficit. Urban is just a monster with this MR6. He's going hunting. Gorgeous movement from him as well, accelerating around that corner. He's not going to find the frag from Toho. And instead, we have to watch as PT just continues to just hold so vigilant in middle. That's potentially going to be a third. No, finally, Method steps up to the plate with his XR2. And now, Jazil, 2 minutes left, and the Spanish haven't touched that droning. I'm going to still try and not call it a ball. I'm trying so hard. It is a drone, Alex. It's a drone. And in the meantime, Method's just finally find a frag. Zero responds. 15-0, and I have a horrible feeling we could be seeing that number change for Infused.
Pete trying to get rid of the drone here. He doesn't
want
it.
You go, you go.
He's got his XR2, he's doing damage, and he's got his kinetic armor, does get taken down. I think that was a flash grenade, but an extra point gets played in. Infused 16-0. Urban using the overdrive, doesn't seem to be able to control it. And Legend using the pistol against him there for once. Urban 28-13.
Yeah, too fast for her that he knew what to do with. But I mean, let's go back to that scoreboard for a second, or whatever you wanted to call it before the score.
The leader score.
The leader score. Yeah, okay, we'll call it a leader score just for you, Phil. But yeah, nearing in onto that 30 bomb, and he's still got a minute to play with. It's going to be rather beautiful stuff. Legend does find 1-0. They're looking for a second as well towards middle, and he does look like he's going to collect it onto Marky, but these frags are absolutely meaningless if you don't start running that drone. Currently, it is just residing in middle. They've got the kind of frags to clear out middle, but there's so much more to be done, and it does look very clear at this point in time, but we've got to kind of witness this spectacle that is Infused here on Uplink.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give it the Spanish a little bit of love. I'm trying to jump on board with someone who gets the drone, but every time they do, they get shut down. Infused looking very, very set up here. Urban with that pistol. You know, I'll flick on board to Methods, but for me, yes, they're pushing up. That drone isn't coming with them. They're only getting taken down. And Infused just looking hot. 30 kills now for Urban. 0 breaching 23, and for me, it just seemed like it's only going one way. It's stating the obvious, of course, but I mean, 0, he's not even trying to get the kill, he's just jumping over him.
Yeah, just kind of giving them a lesson at this point in time. Yes, the frags are finally starting to come in. We have seen Legend manage to get to 24, but you know, as I said already, I'm going to keep making that point. I want to kind of hammer it home for both the people at home, but also just for Giants in future. These frags do not mean anything. You saw the kind of the power that these frags possess. It could very well be one. Giants off the starting line with 25 seconds left to go, and it does, however, look like Infused. They're going to be picking this one up in style. Yep. 20 seconds. And Methods, you can do what you want, mate. You can do whatever you dream of, as can you, Legend. But Infused, they've already dropped the controller. They know that this first game, the kickoff game, the maiden voyage, as I dubbed it, of the European Call of Duty World League has gone the way of Infused.
Yeah, Rel would be proud of the Giants here with that 1 point at the end. You know, you don't want to get a clean sweep, if you like, at 16-0. Oh, hey! And they finish it off with 16-2. So yes, it went one way. Of course, we had that little bit of intermission. We kind of missed 5, but you know, Infused, first game that you guys have seen here, very, very dominant throughout. The boys from England and Scotland, Marky B, of course.
Thank you.
You know, I don't want to miss out on that. But looking very strong, nevertheless, taking down the Spanish.
Yeah, and doing so in, I mean, a rather impressive fashion, I think it has to be said, especially when it comes into that third one. S&D, yes, it may have been a little bit wobbly, but primarily incredible stuff from Infused. Even like when you start way back when, it does feel like a while ago, that hardpoint game, they were in control from the start. Giants, as we said before already, I think it's fair to dub them an underdog, and they know it as well. They've always kind of been that team, kind of always the kind of bridesmaid's friend, and never the bride. Like, it's kind of that point. But what? That's
brilliant. What an expression. I like it.
I totally came up with that. I'm a genius. But no, generally, Giants have got a lot to work on during this World League, and that's what's exciting is they have that opportunity now, and with money on the line.
Yeah.
200,000 a stage for these guys. And that, I mean, if you ever needed encouragement to improve and improve fast, you've got that.
And of course, and you know, first game being up against you know, a tier 2, maybe a tier 1.
Yeah,
I mean,
tough.
Infused and Millennium right at the nail of each other. However, what a tough game for them to come into. You know, they could have been any of the other, you know, 8 teams, if you like, in the league. But you know, they've learned their lesson. They've been, you know, told straight away 3-0 from Infused. They've got to go away. They've got to practice what went wrong. And for me, that's quite a lot. And I mean, that sounds quite harsh for the Spanish, but you know, they're the only Spanish team here. They want to represent. They want to do well. And speaking to them, all very down to earth, kind-hearted guys. They just want to prove to themselves that, you know, esports is a great thing in Spain, and they want to make it bigger. They want to make it known. And I think this is a great time to do it.
And I love the idea that we do have these kind of figureheads for various European countries. You know, you have Giants in Spain. You've got even more so in France.
Yeah.
And there's so many examples of this where they just kind of, they want to not only improve within Europe, but they also just want to make, you know, grow the scene within their country specifically. There's so much kind of a push for, like, you know, we want to make UK esports bigger. We want to make French esports bigger. This is the World League. You know, what a better time to kind of make sure that the like individual parts are kind of starting to turn as well. But